The year was 1944. In the heart of Nazi-occupied Europe, dozens of Allied airmen found themselves trapped behind barbed wire fences in Stalag Luft III, a German POW camp infamous for housing those the Nazis deemed high risk of escape. But these prisoners weren't ordinary men. They were trained, cunning, and ready to defy the odds. They resolved to do the impossible: escape the prison through a tunnel that would lead them 100 meters beyond the camp's heavily patrolled boundaries, under the very noses of their captors. Their plan would not just be an act of defiance, it would be a declaration of freedom. The project required meticulous planning. 3 tunnels were devised, codenamed Tom, Dick, and Harry. They knew the odds were against them. The Germans had built Stalag Luft III on sandy soil, making tunnel digging perilous. The sandy composition meant that every dig had to be reinforced with wooden boards, or it would collapse. But the prisoners were resourceful. Wood was scavenged from bed frames, countertops, and even floorboards, often at great risk. The camp's surveillance was relentless. Guards patrolled tirelessly, using microphones to detect vibrations underground. Escape was punishable by death. Knowing these harsh realities, the men worked in secrecy, digging by night under the cover of darkness. They improvised tools from anything they could get their hands on, repurposing knives, spoons, and even discarded tin cans for this Herculean underground effort. And then there was the soil. Every shovel of sand excavated from the tunnel needed to be discreetly disposed of within the confines of the camp. Had the prisoners been caught with evidence of tunneling, the operation would have been over. Ingeniously, they constructed dispersion bags made from old socks and trousers. As they walked around the campgrounds, the prisoners quietly released the sand, blending it into the soil underfoot. The tunnel itself was an engineering marvel. Dimly lit using stolen wires connected to the camp's power supply, it had ventilation systems made from milk cans, rudimentary trolleys for transport, and a pulley system to move dirt. 100 meters long, narrow and suffocating, it was a passage carved from pure determination. Night after night, inch by inch, the prisoners advanced. It took over a year of tireless effort, coordination, and sacrifice. They worked knowing that the Germans might discover the tunnel at any moment, plans torn to shreds, lives destroyed. Finally, March 24th, 1944 arrived, escape night. The men gathered in small groups near the mouth of the completed tunnel, Harry. Tension was so thick it felt suffocating. One by one, they crawled into the tight space, wriggling through the passage toward freedom. But there wasn't enough time. Although the tunnel successfully led 76 prisoners to safety, tragedy struck before the operation was complete. A guard noticed movement near the exit of the tunnel and raised the alarm. Chaos erupted, illuminating the night with frenzied searchlights and gunfire. The remaining prisoners were captured before they could escape. The aftermath was devastating. Though 76 men breached the camp, most were eventually recaptured. Tragically, Hitler himself ordered the execution of 50 escapees as retaliation, a dark stain upon the tale of courage. The survivors carried the memory of their comrades with them, knowing their sacrifice symbolized the indomitable will to overcome oppression. The escape from Stalag Luft III remains one of the most awe-inspiring acts of defiance in history, a testament to human resilience, ingenuity, and the unrelenting thirst for freedom.